Live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas. It's Runway DFW, the new YouTube channel dedicated to bringing you live action from one of the world's busiest airports. My name is Walt Zwerko, and we are here on a beautiful December morning, and we're here to bring you some airport activity for the next 90 minutes or so. So stick with us on Runway DFW. Okay, there's our signature theme music, and we are here to bring you some fun. Let's see what we got going on right now. If we look to our left, we see this American jet. It looks like it's flight 2386. That'd be a 777. It's headed to Miami, and because we're on the west side of the airport and it's going to the east coast, it is headed away from our vantage point. It's going to go over a bridge over to the runways on the east side of DFW for its departure. So off to Miami it goes. And we'll see it pass in front of a hazy Dallas skyline, which is to the east of us. Welcome on in to Runway DFW. We've got there's the sun coming up. We've got a UPS cargo aircraft about to come into our view. Got a nice clear day today for a change. That 757 is coming in from St. Louis. UPS flight 9786. Got something a little smaller than that, a Martin Air plane. Looks like it's in quite a hurry to get to where it's going. Don't know where that came from, at least not according to flight radar. But as we passed over there, you might have seen a couple of queens of the sky there, a couple UPS 747s, one of which came in as I was looking at flight radar as I was leaving home this morning. I was saying, darn it. We have a spectacular sunrise just over here. That looks pretty good. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, and we're in for some aircraft activity here. We have a takeoff. Let me unlock our That was an American Eagle flight departing to Grand Island. Is that Nebraska, I think? Got some activity over here as another Martin Air prop plane comes in, and that 757 arrives at the terminal. Enjoying how clear the skies are this morning. That was an American Eagle flight 3837 coming in from Dayton, Ohio. An E175. We've got this nice cloud formation hovering over Dallas. Something big going on over there. That American jet left us from the east side runways. We don't get to see those. There's 3 parallel runways and 1 crosswind runway over yonder. We don't get to see the runway activity from there, but we can see planes taking off. And that particular one was, oh, that was the one we saw going over the bridge. That was the 777 headed to Miami. We have a 737-800 American flight. Oh no, I'm wrong about that. That's Alaska flight 349 coming in from Seattle. And we should be seeing that in our viewport momentarily. Coming in from the north. We are here at DFW Founders Plaza, which is a place, an area set up for people who want to watch airplanes come and go. Here comes that Alaska jet on the far right side of your screen. Will it pass directly in front of the sun? Pretty close. Little bounce. I was remarking about the clarity of what we're seeing, because so often in the mornings, or really at any time of day here at DFW, that plane is about 2 miles away from us right now, and it can get pretty hazy when we're looking at that end of the airport, even on a nice clear day. Just trying to do a temperature check here. 52 degrees. It says cloudy, but it's mostly clear. Coming in from Mobile, Mobile, Alabama. It's a Mitsubishi CRJ 900ER, American Eagle Flight 5909. And we're going to watch it land on Runway DFW. And there you see an American 737-800. It's crossing the runway from the American hangars here on the west side of the airport. It's on its way to one of the 5 terminals here at DFW for its day of activities. There was an item in the news yesterday that there are 3 control towers here at DFW. That's the central one there. But the west one was closed down for several hours yesterday. Because of personnel issues, because of they couldn't staff it because of COVID. There's a Spirit Airlines on its way to somewhere. We'll find that out. But first, we're going to check out this 777. That's coming in from Sao Paulo, Brazil. So they've had a long flight. More than 9.5 hours. Meanwhile, on the flight line, sorry, I didn't mean to pan so fast there. We're looking for that Spirit plane, which I did see. Oh, there it is. Kind of looking right into the sun here, so it's hard to see. This is flight 2954. It's on its way to Vegas, one of the top destinations from DFW. We will have a presentation later on that if we get a lull in the action. That's an A320 coming at us with the sun silhouetting it. There's an American flight coming in from Austin. Flight 1595. And the yellow bird takes to the skies. Good morning to you from wherever you are. We are Runway DFW, the only, as far as I know, live broadcast from DFW Airport. There may be others, I haven't found any of them. This is an American Airlines 319, and it too is emerging from the hangar area, where I'm sure it got some tender loving care overnight, headed for its next destination, which we don't know where that is. I bet somebody at American does. We're going to flip around here. And that was an American flight coming in from Silao in Mexico. Guanajuato International Airport. As this 319 scurries across runways 18 left and 18 right, headed to the terminal areas. Kind of crazy morning temperature wise. On my way in, my car was telling me it was 39 degrees, then 52 degrees, and 47 degrees. I don't know what temperature it was. It seems to be, I'm going to say it's in the 40s here. Feels that way. I think the official temperature is higher than that. So do we now have that lull in the action? Let me see, let me take a look here. No, we've got a flight coming in from San Antonio. American Flight 2012, an A321, coming in from the left-hand side of your view screen. And you may be wondering, Walt, why are there so many American Airlines planes here? Well, if you've ever been to DFW Airport, you probably know why. It's the corporate headquarters of American Airlines are just down the road here in Fort Worth. American Airlines and American Eagle combined handle about upwards of 90% of all the passenger traffic here. So that's why you see a lot of American Airlines planes. But we did see an Alaska flight earlier, and we will see some others before we go today, along with all the cargo activity. You get another nice silhouette of the East Tower here. There it goes. And in that haze back behind there is the skyline of Dallas. We cannot see the skyline of Fort Worth from here. But the airport is pretty much midway between those two cities. I have a small viewfinder. Is that a FedEx plane? Find out in a second here. Yeah, it was a FedEx 767 headed to Oakland, California. FedEx has its cargo operation on the east side of DFW. And its competitor UPS is right next door to us here. And that's why we get a nice, good view of these two 747s. Got a couple 757s over there behind it. And I don't know, this one right in front of us looks like it's all buttoned up. Maybe we'll get to see it in action before we depart today. If we look over, well, let's turn our attention here. We've got a Heritage American Airlines plane coming in Heritage livery. Piedmont. American has a number of liveries that pay tribute to its progenitors and merger partners over the years. See if we can see the other side of it in the sun here as it makes a left turn. That's an A319 flight 2429 coming in from Monterrey, Mexico. On our channel, Runway DFW, we do have a short video featuring some of the American Airlines heritage liveries, which include TWA and Allegheny and America West. Turning our attention to incoming flight. And aloha to Flight 102, American Airlines, coming in from Honolulu. We're so glad you're here with us on this chilly December morning at Runway DFW. Oh, yes, we do. We do have now this 747 is lit up on the radar. And you can see it is moving out. Going to be headed to Louisville, UPS hub. And I don't know if we'll get to see it take off from this side of the runway, because it may scoot over to the east side, but maybe we'll get lucky. The undisputed Queen of the Skies. And if you're super geeky, we'll zero in on the N number there for you, N613 UP. And as you can see, we're very close to the UPS cargo facility is as close as we can get to aircraft here from this position. So we get a nice close-up look at what's going on. Pilot cam. How lucky that flight crew must be to know that they get to fly one of these gigantic aircraft. This one is relatively new. It's only 4 years old. No, I think I was looking at the wrong aircraft. I'll get back to that in a second. We're going to turn our attention now to another Dreamliner coming in from Kahului in Hawaii. And yes, that's Flight 116 American Airlines, and that plane is 4 years old. shift our attention back to this 747. Which has fallen off the radar. We've got a Delta flight, an A321 flight 2444, which is now going to be on its way to Salt Lake City. If I can find it in the sun. There it is. So we don't see too many Delta flights here. We see a handful of them every day. Delta used to be a kind of a hub for Dallas, or for DFW used to be a hub for Delta Airlines. Not the main one, but one of its hubs. But American has pretty much cemented its role here. Okay, 747's on a roll. Will we get to see it take off from this side? We'll keep our fingers crossed. And so I'm correcting my earlier information. This plane was manufactured just 3 years ago. So this is one of the newer 747s you'll find in operation. And it's likely that we'll see it for many years to come. May not be flying passengers anymore with these. Well, there's still a number of airlines that fly these for passenger use, but there's no domestic U.S. airlines that do, unfortunately. What have we got? We've got Lufthansa, we've got Korean Air, we've got Singapore Airlines. I know there's a couple of others that offer 747 services. But yeah, your opportunities to fly as a passenger on one of these great planes is going to be limited, or even more limited as the years go on. But they sure are pretty to watch. I'm old enough to remember when the 747 first was introduced, and that unusual shape was so distinctive, and still is. So again, this one's going to Louisville. See an American jet in the background there coming in from Guadalajara. And we're just going to see where this goes. Will we see it take off right in front of us? There's certainly no impediments to its taking off from this side right now. There's no other aircraft lined up, but the air controllers, of course, make the final decisions there. They may direct it over to the east runways for takeoff. It's making a big right-hand turn though, so that looks like we may be in for a takeoff. And so off to Kentucky it goes. And we've lost it on focus. We've got another jumbo lining up here on runway 18 left. This is a 777 American Airlines flight 789 in the One World livery. That's our second American Airlines special livery we're seeing today. This one's headed to LAX. That's a Polar DHL coming in. See that land? And we'll shift our focus. Meanwhile, coming in from Morelia, Mexico, we got this E-175 American Eagle flight. I'm sure you can hear that terrible whine over the broadcast audio. I think, yeah, if I turn it down, that's our directional microphone is picking that up over from the UPS facility. I don't know if they're testing an engine or what. I'm going to kind of re-aim the mic, see if it helps any. Not a lot, but a little bit. And welcome on in to Runway DFW from wherever you may be in the world. We're glad you joined us. Hope very much that you'll like and subscribe to our little broadcast. You can be one of our charter subscribers. There's no cost involved to you. Just click the subscribe button and click the notification button. We'll let you know when we're going to be broadcasting, and we hope to see you again on our next broadcast. We've still got about, checking the watch, we've still got about 45 minutes or so of activity left here. It's 8:13 Central Time, and that just helps you kind of figure out if you've been if you're watching this by replay, so you can kind of have a time frame of when this is all happening. It's Thursday, December 30th, New Year's Eve at DFW Airport. We've had a little lull here, but we've got some activity coming in. We've got a 737-800 American Airlines flight 1066 coming in from Mexico City. Bienvenidos a los Estados Unidos. I was going to point out that over here we still have this 747. I think this is the one that came in early this morning when I was on my way in. And then to the right of it, we've got a venerable MD-11, which is still being loaded up. Don't know what its status will be. Chances are we won't be seeing it in the next hour, but just one of those things, I guess. But there is some activity we are about to have as on the incoming side of things on this beautiful Thursday morning. We've got coming in from Laredo, Texas, an Embraer 145 LR. It's American Eagle Flight 3613. There's a flight coming in from Miami. It's coming in on the east side, so that's about all we get to see of it. Kind of disappears. We might see the tail pop up there, but whilst we've got a moment or two here, we can kind of explain the runway situation at DFW. We are, if you look, let's see here. Well, this is not working. Oh, I know. Sorry, I'm taking away something. Here's a Google Earth map of DFW Airport, a satellite view actually. We are located where that blue Runway DFW logo is. And so we overlook the two west side north-south runways, runways 18 left and 18 right. Over on the east side, and they're kind of highlighted in yellow, the runways are. Over on the east side, there are three north-south runways. One is kind of way over to the east, and the other two are kind of close together. And there are times when it's busy enough here that they'll operate simultaneous landings or takeoffs on two of those three runways. And then you can see there's a couple of crosswind runways on the right and left sides, which we cannot see from here either. And they are used kind of for overflow or for, you know, whatever the traffic patterns dictate. So there's lots of places to land here and take off from. And you can see the terminals are designated as A, B, C, D, and E. American, because of its dominance here, has exclusive use to the gates at terminals A, B, and C. Terminal E is the one that handles all the other domestic airline flights. And American has gates there too, just for grins. And Terminal D, which we have over here on the west side, is the international terminal, which, as you might expect, handles all the flights coming from abroad. And that's a look at DFW Airport from the satellite. It's 8:21 now here at DFW Airport, and I'm seeing on the other side of the airport, FedEx has lit up one of its DC-10s for a flight to an unspecified location. And it is one of the oldest planes you'll see, and maybe we'll get to see it taking off. We'll see it lifting into the sky if we can. We can't see it actually taking off. Well, it depends on where it's going. If it's going to the east, it may lift off over there. Maybe it'll come over here. But yeah, an aircraft that's 41 years old, that's pretty amazing. We've got an American Airlines Eagle flight, or American Eagle flight, coming in from Chihuahua, Mexico. American Eagle Flight 3156, CRJ 701 ER. It seems to be getting a little hazier here as the sun goes up. You would expect it to be a little less so. On the other side of the aeropuerto, there is a flight, American Flight 988, a Dreamliner. It's coming in from Lima, Peru. And you can see it, there's a flight coming in on this side, but here's the flight arriving from Lima. And again, it's coming in on the east side. We won't be able to see it actually land, but let's see it before it disappears here. There's the tail. It's a big plane, so we can see the tail go by. But it's going to disappear there. Oh, you still see it. Oh, look at that. And that's as much as we're going to see of that flight. Well, if you're a fan of Fargo, we've got a plane coming in from that Dakotan venue. The CRJ 900 LR, Flight 5942, American Eagle, operated by Mesa Airlines. And it's now coming into view. It's more or less a silhouette as it goes past the sun there. Next up, an Embraer 175 American Eagle Flight 4045 coming in from San Luis Potosi, Mexico. On runway DFW, where the action almost never kind of sort of stops. I mean, it pauses sometimes, but there's usually something to look at. But I promised you this flight from San Luis Potosi. And Runway DFW is going to deliver on that promise. Here it comes. There. We did it. Still keeping an eye on that DC-10. It's parked over on the east side. Again, we cannot see it from here. But I'd love to see it lift off into the sky. So we've got a plane. Yeah, I guess that one's going over the bridge. We've got a bridge or bridges on both sides of the on the north and the south side of the terminal areas. And these bridges allow the planes to transit between the east and the west sides. The planes go over the central roadway, which provides access to all the terminals. So you're driving up and down one of these highways bisecting the airport, and you see a gigantic plane going over a bridge in front of you. It's quite a sight. Forgot to turn my ringer off. Oops. A warm welcome to you if you're a first-time viewer of Runway DFW. We try to provide activity from DFW multiple times a week. We've got some content on our channel from past broadcasts. And we're always looking to provide some special content, so we're glad you found us. Thanks for tuning in. We found ourselves with kind of a moment of solitude here at DFW. Well, let us make a presentation. We made a presentation just for a time like this, when we don't have any other actions to do. So what we're going to do now is to bring you a look at this. The busiest domestic routes from here at DFW Airport. Where do people go? Where do people want to go? Well, the top destination is Los Angeles with 854,000 passengers. Next in line is Las Vegas, 736,000. And I don't know what's happening there. Let's go back. Las Vegas, then the next one is Denver at 690,000. I put so much work into this. And a slip of the hand kind of messes it all up. Okay, let's start over. You know what? I'm about to abandon this because it's just not. Well, you see them there. Denver, Los Angeles. I don't know. It's not supposed to be doing this by itself. Abandon ship, abandon ship. Well, we'll try that some other time. That was a look at stuff that you probably don't care to see. Okay. Well, the lull in the action continues. We had one of these lulls here on Monday. I don't know if we can catch this in time. We've got two, as I was telling you earlier, we've got, there are two planes coming in simultaneously over on the east side. And I guess we can only see one now. But that does happen sometimes. And yes, this kind of haze is descending over the runways here at DFW. I was going to check in over at the international terminal. We'll see if there's anything interesting over there. Usually we'll see a plane or two parked overnight from a foreign airline. I'm not seeing anything over there. I have to be honest with you. It's hard to see anything right now because of the backlighting and the glare. I like these sunny mornings, but when it's cloudy outside, that does make for a more even light to help us see what's going on. It does appear that we've got some flights lining up for takeoff, including a couple of Dreamliners. Oh, I see them there. And I'm aiming blindly because I can't see, but there we go. There should be two, yeah, there's two planes. The first one in line is the morning flight to Seoul. It's flight 127, American Airlines. And then the one next in line is a Dreamliner, flight 520 to Phoenix. And for some reason, it looks like they're going over the bridge to the east side, or at least one of them is. That's the one destined for Seoul. I don't know. Typically that will take off from this side. Perhaps there's some issue with the runways on this side that we are not aware of. But the Phoenix flight, which you see in the foreground, does look like it's going to be utilizing 18 left for takeoff. And we've got a bunch of other flights in back of it. So we'll see some takeoff action here. As it makes the big right-hand turn to head, well, it's going to make a U-turn actually. So it'll be pointing south and taking off for Phoenix. Alrighty then. On the way to Phoenix. Next up we've got what a surprise, and another American Airlines aircraft. Seven 737-800 flight 2484, and this one's going to Montrose. So all you Montrosians out there, watch out, it's on the way. A nice comment from one of our viewers, Dutchy Bass. Very nice. Good luck. We appreciate it. We need all the luck we can get out here with our little broadcasting system. But thanks for being a part of the Runway DFW community. Ooh, it's getting very glary out here. Next on the flight line, an A321. American Airlines flight 2720. Headed for another Arizona destination, this one Tucson. At 8:42 a.m. on this Thursday, December 30th, 2021. We're going to have to get used to riding 2022 pretty soon. Might want to start practicing. I think that might have been a bigger issue when people wrote a lot of checks. Do you write checks anymore? Here is American Airlines Flight 2357, a 737-800. Taking aim at the Mile High City. Time now for the CRJ 900ER, American Eagle Flight 5859, to make its way to El Paso, Texas. There's a lot of planes lined up behind it. We'll be streaming airplanes until we have to sign off here in about 15 minutes. It's American Flight 1733, an A319. Let's go to Silao. We're about to get some double barrel action here on runways 18 or 18. That was coming in from Santa Fe, New Mexico. And what you just saw there, fellow aviation enthusiasts, was American Eagle Flight 3741 on its way to Boise, Idaho. And this is the part of the broadcast where I can't even look at the radar screen because there's so much happening. As we say in the introduction to this program every time, this is one of the world's busiest airports. And this is morning rush hour. TWA livery, American Airlines. I love that one. Little jounce on the landing there. That's coming in from San Antonio. Lots of activity at the end of the runway there. There's a plane out there somewhere. I missed it. There it is.
Get behind you to bypass the push.
Okie doke. Trying to see what's coming and going here, and Okay, we're gonna get a little break here. Here we've got an incoming United Parcel aircraft. Passing by the big 747. It's going to take the place of, going to park where that 747 that departed a little while ago was in. Not taking up quite as much room. That's 757 coming in from Ontario. No, that's not right. That is not on my radar. That one. That one there that just landed was an A319 flight 2326 from Des Moines, Iowa. We've got a number of American aircraft that are coming over from the American hangar. I've really got to get a lot better at looking at two places at once. Between the radar screen and the camera viewfinder and my eyeballs looking over to the runway. Another successful touchdown. We got Bruno checking in from Brazil, where it's summertime. And where it's kind of been summertime here, Bruno. We've had some weather in the last few days that could pass for summertime here in Texas. It's a little more seasonable today. But yeah, we set some record temperatures over the last few days. We definitely did not have a white Christmas, which I guess down in Brazil you don't have either, typically. But it's so nice to have you here with our Runway DFW community. And I'd say something to you in Portuguese, but it's not really... I'm afraid I don't have much knowledge of Portuguese, other than to know it when I hear it. What you just saw there was American Flight 1214 coming in from Salt Lake City in A321. We have over here another UPS jet. Looks like it's I want to say that's a 757. But it's not showing up on the old radar here. Oh. But meanwhile, just to the right, this 747, which we see prominently featured there, has lit up the radar. And I don't know if we're going to have... Well, it's 9 o'clock right now. Ooh. Check the old battery here. We're doing pretty well on battery power today. I don't know why. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to wrap up this broadcast in the next couple of minutes, because I've got to go to my real job. I'll swing by and get one of our last flights here. This will be an American flight something or other to Mexico City. But yeah, I'd love to do this for another hour or two or more. But I do have to get paid, so. But we'll be back soon. And I lost it. Oh, there it is. But I ask you very kindly to do us the favor of liking this broadcast and subscribing to Runway DFW, because that will help us accumulate even more viewers. We'll get to be recognized by YouTube. We can monetize this thing, which is another fancy way of saying somebody will pay us for it. And who knows, maybe this will become a full-time job. But it's only with the help from y'all. So if you like what you see, please like our little channel, like our broadcast, give us a thumbs up, get a notification when we're going to start up again, and subscribe. Because I know you hear that all the time from YouTubers. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. I know it's boring. I know it's probably not something you want to hear. But it's something that we as YouTubers have to ask you for. We've got 3 planes ready to take off. Got another one coming into land. I hate to leave just when things are getting so interesting. My goodness, that whine has subsided. Well, I think that this here A321, which is on its way to Los Cabos, Mexico, that's going to about do it for us. We know you have a lot of airplane, airport channels to choose from here on YouTube, and we're so happy that you found us. And there's much more to come. We'll see how the weather is. Maybe we'll do this again tomorrow morning for another breakfast time airport shindig. So subscribe to us and get the notifications and all that good stuff, and that way you'll know when we're going to be on again. My goodness. There's a UPS 767 coming in from New Orleans. We've got another UPS jet taking off here, but yeah, we're gonna have to pack our bags here, so thank you again for watching. We'll be back soon, perhaps as early as tomorrow, for a New Year's Eve broadcast. But that's it for now from Runway DFW. As we say here in Texas, happy contrails to you until we meet again.